Let's continue our conversation now this hour with the Black Sash, a civil society organization which is calling for basic income grant and the extension of the social relief distress. Along others, the organization met with the President, Cyril Ramaphosa, Finance Minister Enoch, Godongwana, and Social Development Minister Lindiwe Zulu last week. We began our conversation just before 3 o'clock. Now we're just going to talk more about the BIG, the Basic Income Grant, with Black Sash National Director Rachel Bukasa. Rachel, thank you very much for holding on during that short detour, so to speak, into our headlines and the ad break. Now, currently, the 350 distress grant is linked to the national state of disaster, which was extended until the 15th of February. What happens when that goes?
And that's the issue we are raising, right? We're raising exactly the issue that when it goes, what happens? And a lot of our policies right now as a country is not aimed towards potentially putting a basic income grant in place. And that's one of the things we called for as a result of this meeting. The first thing we called for was an extension of the current 350 grant for a year in order to allow government to do two things. One of our proposals was we set up a multi-stakeholder task team where we look at the extension perhaps of the grant, the amount, and those kinds of things. But the second proposal was that during this initial extension for the one of until the end of this the next financial year, is that we put policies in place. So we asked the president to put together a presidential task force that can look at our research that shows that actually this can be done. A basic income grant for people between 18 to 59 can be done, and it can offer support to our people that need it the most. One of the counter arguments we always get is the issue of affordability, and that perhaps encouraging a culture of handout, but that is not the correct thing to look at. As a country, we've got a plan to create jobs. That is all good and well, but currently we're not reaching those targets. Unemployment levels between the youth of South Africa is up to 47%, according to some of the research we've done. And so essentially, in as much as we want job creation as the long-term sustainable solution, in the meantime, we cannot let our people starve. Yeah. And looking at a basic income grant is the way to go.
Yeah, this will be fairly urgent. So you are asking for an extension, but you're also asking for an increase to the poverty line, food poverty line of about 624 and the 350. But the bigger picture is the basic income grant. Did you get a sense that government is ready and willing, besides the affordability issue, but that it accepts that this country needs a BIG?
So I think saying it accepts would be perhaps a stretch, but what I can say that with regards to the meeting with Minister Zulu being there as well as the President being there, one of the things that the meeting was agreeable. It was a great meeting, but there was a firm commitment to further engage and not an outright yes to bid. So I think it's through those further engagements that we will look at it.
And when would those be? Because I mean, the poor are not waiting. I mean, if there's hope, what the sense of urgency? When would that further engagement take place?
Absolutely. So from civil society side, we are completely ready and willing whenever the government is ready to engage on that. But we are in the process of trying to lock down dates because one of the things that both ministers in the meeting as well as the president said was that they were committed to making the lives of South Africans better. And this is one of the ways we do it. We don't have current dates committed right now, but we are on standby, ready to move whenever government is ready.
Thank you very much, Rachel Bukasa. We'll stay in touch to follow up what's going to be happening. After all, February is just next month when the end of the financial year will be upon us. That extension should be kicking in then, but what will be next? That's National Director of Black Sash, Rachel Bukasa.